Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? It's your boy, back with another one. Hey, I'm over here. I'm inside a hotel right now. Um, DoubleTree, King Suite. It's pretty cool. It's chill. I broke down up here on Saturday. Today is Sunday, April 5th. Easter, happy Easter. For those of you that do celebrate Easter, happy Easter. And, to those of you that don't, shit, it is what it is, right? What I wanted to really talk about on this video is, moving on, right? Moving on, I feel like it's just me, myself, personally. Like, I have my own problem with holding on to my past. And, especially, like, with the women I've dealt with. Like, I've held on to the women, my past so hard that, honestly, it's preventing me from moving on in my life. It's preventing me from being happy. And it's ruined probably, just a couple situations with, potential women I could have had a future with, or I might have seen a future with, or I might not have been giving it my all because I'm just afraid to kind of like, I'm afraid to move to the next level. That makes sense, and it's a me thing. It's not even like my partners. Like I've been blessed to have experienced, great partners in my life. I've been blessed to experience some pretty good women in my life, and I might have not loved them correctly enough or in the way that they deserved, or I might not have took the relationship, as far as it could have been. I've definitely, I'm gonna be honest, I've held back, I've held back. And I'm not gonna say so more just me holding on to my past, the reason why I held back, but I have to acknowledge that when you do let certain thoughts or certain thoughts linger, or you go and you check on certain people that you shouldn't even be, have no business even acknowledge and exist anymore. I'm not even gonna say it like that. I don't want to say acknowledge existing, but I'm gonna say you're never gonna be able to move on. Like, you're never gonna be able to move on if you continue looking at your past. Like, your future's not in your past. Your future's not there. Your future's not there. And if you continue living like that, if I continue living like that, I'm just gonna end up, right where I'm at right now. By myself, this life. Like, I have my family and stuff like that, like my immediate family, but you know what I mean, without that companionship, without that partnership, or, worse, I'll live this life of just random women revolving through the door of my life, just come and go as they please type shit. And, sometimes you gotta just lock that door. You can't leave that shit open. And, sometimes motherfuckers got a key, but sometimes you gotta change the locks. And I think that's where I'm at with my life. I'm ready just to change the locks and just move on with my life. Because, my future's not in the past. It's just not there. And no matter how much I've cared about, somebody I've dealt with, or how much, I might have wanted things to work out, the reality of it is it didn't work out. And you know what? Doesn't mean don't mean I'm never gonna work things out with that person, but don't mean I should also be living my life with the idea of, all right, well, one day I'm gonna work things out with this person, and the shit is gonna happen, because that's just not, it's not life. That's not living. That's kind of that's really cheating yourself in a way. It's really cheating yourself in a way, because the truth is, you could have history with somebody. You could be with somebody for 2 years, 3 years. You could love them to death, and once the relationship's at the point where it's just so damaged, it's like tug of war almost. It's like when you with a chick, and it's like you guys just can't get on the same page. It's like you guys are both pulling opposite ends of the rope, and it's like, if you ever played tug of war before, as they're pulling further away from you, you pulling them further towards you, your hands just burn. And the only way to cure that burn, the only way to find the relief, is just to let the rope go. So sometimes you just gotta let things go, and in life, if it's meant to work out, it's gonna work out. You know what I mean? Shit, you know, I used to look at life like really like small, you know, like as in like these few days right here, but life is not like that, you know. Sometimes it's just it might be the right person, but not the right time. And when the time is right, if that person's really meant to be with you, shit's gonna happen. And if it don't, give a fuck. You know, move on anyway. Just continue living your life, because the truth is, you can meet somebody right now in this very moment today, and they'll have more. They'll move with you. They'll move with more intention with you, and have more. They'll love you with more attention, and they'll be willing to be for you way better than somebody you might have known your whole life. Because again, time doesn't dictate how much you fuck with somebody. It's really just how you feel about them, how they treat you, and their intentions with you. You know, that's really the biggest key to dealing with somebody successfully. If their intention with you, the respect, and respect is another thing. I mean, you know, because disrespect happens in every relationship. That's just what it is. Disrespect is gonna happen. You with somebody long enough, disrespect is gonna happen. Cheating might happen. There are certain things that's gonna happen, but the power of relationships, in my eyes, you don't gotta agree with me or disagree, whatever the case may be. In my eyes, the power of a relationship is not in the disrespect that happens, but the way you come back from it. Because the truth is, the disrespect could get outrageously out of control. But if you really, it's not about how far the disrespect could go. Because the disrespect is real. It happens. It happens in every relationship. Disrespect is gonna fucking happen. That's just inevitable. Dealing with somebody long enough is gonna happen. But it's how you recover from it that I feel like is the power, and that speaks the volume of the relationship. You know, are you willing to let it go? Are you willing to let the past go? Are you going to keep bringing it up? You know, is it something you're going to allow to torment you for, you know, the remainder of your time together? You know, is it something that you're going to let torment you 2 months from now, 3 years from now, whatever the case may be? Or are you going to be able to bring it up? Because the truth is, if you really fuck with somebody, you're going to have to let that shit go. Because there's going to be things about your partner you don't like. There's going to be things about everybody you don't like. You know, you can't change people. You know, you got to either decide whether I fuck with this person so much that I'm willing to look past the things that I don't like about them. And that's the true definition of fucking with somebody. You know, can I look past the things I don't like? Can I look past the shit that I don't like about you? Can I look past the things that I don't agree with, you know? Because the truth is, you know, you're never going to find a perfect person. And it's not about finding a perfect person, because shit is all perfect and easy, and there's never no struggles, there's never no challenges, never no arguments, disagreements. Then how well do you know your partner? How well do you know they're really going to be down with you? You know, if shit is always peachy and creamy, then how really down are they for you? You know, because when shit is not going good, that's when you find out how well somebody fuck with you. That's when you find out how much somebody loves you. You know, that's when you really find that shit out. Because when shit is going good, it's going good. Like, when it feels good, like it's easy. Good good is always easy, you know. But that's not the power in it. You know, that is, in my eyes, that doesn't show how solid you are. It doesn't show your bond. Your bond shows when shit is hard, when shit is tough. When the disrespect happens, when the disagreement happens, when the arguments happen, when the fighting happens, when the cheating happens. That's when you know how much a person is really down for you, be there for you, how much they really fuck with you. I don't want to say too much. I got like a lot of thoughts, but I don't want to get them all out, because I want to start dropping more videos, more content. I want to start talking to you guys more. And I'm really down to give you guys, you know, the realest me. And I know my strength is not talking into this camera, because it's not real to me. Like, it's not real to me. It's not authentic. But I guess it is authentic because I am just giving it to you as it is and how I feel. But I can't flow as well as I can as if I was in a conversation with somebody else. So what I want to start doing is I want to start bringing people on with me when I do talk and have conversations with them openly. Just have open conversations. And I want to record those conversations, stream them, whatever the case may be, because I feel like that'd be great. Like, that's really what I want to do for you guys and for the world. And that's how I'm leaving myself here, you know? So at the end of the day, I'm not fucking perfect myself. Like, fuck it. I'm not perfect. I've cheated. I've lied. You know, I've scammed. I've finessed. I did this. I've done that. I've hurt. I've been hurt. I've done a lot of hurting, though. I've done a lot of hurting. And I've been hurt a lot, too. But I'm just trying to heal, man. I'm just trying to become a better version of myself, trying to become a better man. And I'm trying to live as pure as I can, you know? Pure, and not pure as in fucking, I'm a goody little fucking two shoes, but pure as in, like, I'm just being so genuine and giving the real me every time. To the point where it's like, yo, those that don't fuck with me, it's fine, you know? It's cool. I'm not here to impress nobody. I'm not here to judge nobody either, though. You know? I'm giving my real self to everybody every day, every second, every moment. And I just would like that in return too, but you know, that's not realistic. So you got to be mindful of that too, that everybody's not as real as you. Because if you're not mindful of that, you know, then you're going to end up in a lot of fucked up situations, you know. But then also in them situations, you got to kind of take accountability, because as a man, I got to take accountability of everything in my life. I got to take responsibility of everything in my life, every fucking thing. Even when something happened to me that somebody else did to me, I got to take accountability, because I left myself vulnerable for that person to do that. So in a sense, it's still my fault. And if you look at life like that, then everything in life you're going to grow from. Because the truth is, if you look at the other way, like, oh, this person did that to me, blah, 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 now you're reacting in a negative way, and you're just not going to grow there, you know? There's no growth in that. There's no growth in pointing the finger. Just no growth at all. But I'll tell you one thing, you could grow in every moment if you take accountability for it. Even if it's truly not your fault, you know, just still take accountability, because it's gonna help you live your life better and you be more at peace. Because sometimes it's easier to forgive yourself than others. Even though I always say, you know, sometimes you gotta forgive people for you. You're not really forgiving them for them. You're forgiving them for yourself, because you holding on to certain things and certain feelings, certain emotions. It just doesn't help you respond in a positive way. And it's like, the way I feel is like, anything that makes me feel negative, I'm just gonna brush it off. I'm just gonna display it. I'm not even gonna acknowledge it, because it's not helping me in a positive way. It's not helping me think positive. It's not helping me find a positive result. It's not helping me grow. You know, if I just let the things in my life and I self-communicate them in a negative way, that's self-communication. That's a whole other video. I would love to get with you guys on self-communication. You always got to make sure you're communicating yourself in a positive way, because it's not about the things you're going through, but it's how you communicate it to yourself, because that's where the power is. That's where the power is, and that's where the answers are. You know, it's like I'm telling my homies the shit. I say, bro, every time you go through something traumatic, you go through a traumatic event, situation, whatever the case may be, the first thought is always an emotional response. And the second thought is always a solution. So if you just ignore the emotional response and just focus on the solution, then you're going to delay the hurt, the pain, or whatever you want to go through. But don't be afraid of the hurt and the pain, because the hurt and the pain is where the growth is at. Like, everybody want to grow, but nobody want to go through the struggles, the pain, the hurt of growing. Like, growth takes pain. It takes emotional, physical, spiritual, whatever. You know, even when you're in the gym and you're fucking working out, your muscles start burning. That's when you're growing the most, you know? So you can't be afraid to go through that pain, because the more you hurt, the more you struggle, the more pain you go through, the more you're growing in that moment, you know? You're going to get through it. But you're going to get through it if you communicate it to yourself in a positive way. See, now, if you're running away from the pain and you're just trying to figure out, if you're trying to run away from the pain, then that's when you're going to indulge in, like, alcohol, drugs, whatever the case may be. Or you might not make the best decisions because you're trying to avoid the pain. But if you embrace it and you look at it like a perfect example, somebody going through a struggle, it's like there's two types of responses you can have. There's that person that goes, oh, fucking God, man, shit again, bro. Oh, I cannot take this shit anymore. That's the person that responded the negative way. But you want to know the person in the positive way, how they respond? They're like, oh yeah, come on, bring on next challenge. I love this shit. Let's get it. Because I know I'm gonna learn something new, and I know I'm gonna grow, and I know I'm gonna get through this and get past it. So I'm embracing it. I'm embracing the challenges. Bring them on. Come on. The situation at hand didn't change, but how they communicated to their self changed. So it dictated their experience with it. You know, the person with a negative experience had a way more negative experience with fucking, you know, probably even delayed pain because he couldn't even think of his solution because he's just so busy going through the motions. And the person who looked at it like a challenge, who looked forward to the challenge, looked forward to figuring it out, they had a positive experience with it and they grew from it. I guarantee you. So, but that self-communication is gonna be a whole nother video. I should probably start just fucking outlining my videos and what I want to talk about in that video. But like I said, I would love to have these conversations with somebody else because that is what's going to get the best information out of me, the best knowledge, the best game I can give you, you know? And I also got to start applying it to myself because, you know, just I was telling my homeboy like, yo, bro, you're so knowledgeable, you got so much game. But I was like, bro, but I don't apply it to myself. So it's like, I know better, but just because I know better don't mean I'm applying it, bro. I lack the discipline, but that was my last video. You know, I'm telling you, I'm trying to work on my discipline, trying to get more discipline, you know, because that's the thing I'm lacking the most in my life is discipline. If I could fix that aspect of my life, I guarantee you my life would be completely different from where it's at right now. You know what? And I recognize where I got to grow at, and because we all got to grow. Don't ever not look for an opportunity to grow. Even if you feel like you're fucking perfect, you should be looking for opportunity to grow. You should be looking for some aspect of your life to better, you know. But discipline is what I really need to work on. So, you know, it's gonna be a hard process, but I'm ready for it. You know, I'm ready to go through the motions. I'm ready for the challenge. I'm ready to get through it. I want to see that higher version of myself. I can't wait for it. You know, and then once I do start becoming disciplined, I start becoming a better man, I can't wait to see what the next level past that is for me. You know? Can't wait to see what the next level past that is. But like I said, you know, I'm gonna start trying to talk to y'all a little bit more. Maybe my videos might become better quality. Maybe they might not. You know, I'm gonna try to work on it. Yeah, I know I'm not really big on social media. I'm not really big on YouTube or recording myself, you know, but I'm gonna definitely explore and try to take this shit as far as I can take it because this is my gift to the world. I really feel like my mind is my best asset. My mind is my most valuable thing, you know. I know a bunch of people who know me probably disagree with me, but you know, man, that's what it is. But if a person disagrees with me, it's probably because I probably hurt them in some kind of way. Or I probably wasn't the best version of myself when I met them, which I understand because in that moment I probably wasn't. I wasn't who I am now. Shit, I wasn't. Yesterday I wasn't who I am today. Every day I'm growing. Every day my knowledge is getting wider. Every day I'm getting more game from the world. Every day I'm growing more as a man. Every day I'm growing mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. So I understand somebody experienced with me maybe fucking last week might have been different from the experience for me today. You know, that's why I say, but nobody knows me. People only knew me. Nobody knows me. People only knew me. But yeah, man, you know, number love, blessings, and more life, and just positivity and positive thoughts, and you know, don't lose your mind because your mind, once you lose your mind, it's over. It's over. You can come back from anything in life. Financial hardship. You could be fucking homeless. You could be whatever it is. It don't matter. None of this shit really matters. You can have $1 million, lose that $1 million. But guess what? If you got your mind, you can always get everything back and more. But the second you lose your mind, you're done. You're done. So never lose your mind because once that's gone, it's gone. And there's just no coming back from that. It's just irreplaceable. It's not like your fucking body, like how I am fat as shit right now. But I'm gonna try to get disciplined. I'm gonna try to work out and get my body somewhat fit, you know? Your mind is like not like that though. Once your mind is gone, it's done. could probably never get it back. So protect that. Protect your mind. But peace.